Jurgen said to me, we'll win the Premier League, he said so. I'm in love with him and I feel fine. I'm so glad that Jurgen is a Red. I'm so glad he delivered what he said. Yay! The plot Malaysia.
Hello, welcome to the Plot Malaysia. This is a post-match episode of the Pullman Show where Liverpool destroyed us. Liverpool absolutely destroyed us. Well, Hari, I'm going to pass it to you, man. Go on with your excitement. Go ahead, and do what you got to do. Over to you, man.
Hey, bro. Before we get into the excitement line, I thought I'm not going to be alone for this line, for this ride. We're going to be joined by a resident panelist, the man who is here on the big occasions, the man who's always supported us, but he's the ideal man today to have alongside me as we tear into United and we celebrate this huge result. Welcome, Samson.
Hey, hi guys. Hey, thank you for having me on the show. Glad to be back. What a time to be back, man.
Yeah. Man.
Beautiful. Ram, I can see the sorrow and the gloom in your face, and
It's the gloom and doom.
We'll try to take it easy with you. We'll try our best.
You always say you'll try, but it never happens.
But
so
you guys keep making it easy for us. I'm trying really hard. But you're making it easy.
Well. I know what you mean. Yes, we were too bad yesterday that it made you all look so much more superior. So I guess.
But before we actually get into the post-mortem of this game and we rip Ram apart and allow him to, I suppose Ram, we'll give you your time. We'll give you your time to have a rant at Man United as well. To have a rant. But I think before we get into that, there are a few things we want to talk about the post-mortem. I think we'll start with talking about, I thought, the moment of the match. And then we will talk about Liverpool and the greatness of superiority and greatness of Liverpool.
Oh my goodness! Okay.
And then, of course, we will talk about the shambles that is Man United. But I think the moment of the match, I think there's no doubt about this, was this. On the 7th minute of this match, Liverpool fans across the stadium and together with the United fans stood up and gave a minute applause for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Obviously, that was very nice to see.
Passing of his son.
Yep.
And Liverpool fans put aside all those differences. This is when football becomes beautiful. And not just that, they sang "You'll Never Walk Alone" to Cristiano Ronaldo and his family. And I thought this was such a beautiful sight. Big rivalry aside, beautiful sight. Humanity comes first. Difficult time for Ronaldo and his family. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I thought this was the moment of the match. Forget everything else. I thought this was class. And it shows to the class of Liverpool as well as a club and the supporter base as well. I thought what they did was absolute class, Ram. Anything to add from your side?
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that, I was honestly surprised. At the same time, I wasn't really surprised because I knew the news came out, and it was a very sad, thing that happened. And of course, everyone was behind him. As a United fan, we were all behind him. And to see Liverpool fans in Anfield, doing that, I thought that was really, really something that warmed everyone, and it felt good. It felt good, definitely. So thank you, to all the Liverpool fans in Anfield. If you're watching this, kudos to you guys. You guys are amazing.
You're welcome, Lara. You're welcome.
You're welcome, Ram. Absolute class. And
but I can't say the same. I cannot say the same for the two Liverpool fans here in front of me. So.
but it's okay, Ram. TJ Singh said he's got your back. I got your back.
Yes,
Ram.
TJ,
so
I love
got
you,
some
man.
support. You've got some support.
Whatever that's left,
You've got some support. Now let's get straight into the game, la. So enough of the niceness and all the classic gestures and all that, la. Let's talk about an absolute mauling, la. An absolute mauling. And I think there's no better way to sum up that match than this, I thought.
I
Salah
agree with
celebrating his goal, and look at that 80 million pound fridge, lah. That 80 million pound fridge of yours, Ram. I don't know what to say about
Best
him right
signing.
now.
Yeah,
Best
well,
signing.
he was the best fridge ever that keeps on freezing things up, keeping things cold, and you could see the moment you open up a fridge, it doesn't keep it warm; it's still cold. So
And,
he is a
and
good fridge.
And you know what's the best part about him? Just last week, I think he injured Pogba. If you saw, I think he injured his own teammate.
That's
And
the
then not just
super
that.
kick of the season. lah.
And then what was the match? Was it against Everton? I don't know which match. Was it Everton or someone where his own teammate handball and he put his hand up to the referee to say handball, handball.
The game
I
before
mean,
that, oh
the
my
guy is an absolute clown, like, and it's a pleasure for us Liverpool fans to see this guy playing for a club like United. And not just that, being your captain. Even more so.
That's not captain material. That's not captain material at all.
Yeah.
Whatever said and done. You can see glimpses of some of the games that he has performed. You could see that there were some games that he performed really well, but it's just far and few in between. Few and far in between. Or should I say? So he's that kind of a player. So it's never consistent. There's no tenacity in his game. There's no wit. There's no grit in his game. He's just an entertainer on the wrong side of things. So he should be a stand-up comedian. Honestly, he would make a lot.
The thing I guess that surprised me the most was there was actually a tip or stat that came out when United just signed him for him to be even better than Van Dijk. He's not nowhere close, So I guess says a lot about the recruitment from United's perspective.
I would take Nat Phillips and Rhys Williams over him. That's how bad he is, bro. That's how I'm telling you honestly, bro. He's miles.
Samson and Harry, I used to make this joke. You can have Maguire for £4.50 or whatever it is I used to say. Now you can just have him for free. Just take him. Anyone can take him. Even free.
DJ Singh sums him up. He's a good meme, and I agree.
It's a good meme.
All right. But before we get into you ranting, Ram, which you'll have your moment. We will tear into United. Don't worry. I know Gary Neville, Paul Scholes, Roy Keane have all teared into him already. So we will have that moment as well, and you will have your moment as well. But let's talk about the superiority of Liverpool. I'm going to start with you, Samson. What a game, man! Tell me about it. What was so good about Liverpool yesterday?
Utter dominance. I think from start to finish, I think we have never dominated United that way before. I think Gary Neville, said it. There was once where United won, I think about 3 or 4-0. That one, because Hipia had an early red card in the game.
Yeah,
it was long
two
time.
penalties.
Two penalties, but even then it was still tough. It was tough for United to get past Liverpool. It was tough for them to score. That was when United was at their peak, when they were winning titles of the titles, But this was a different level, So given even without Ronaldo, but still I don't think that they should have played the way they did. It was they didn't have the spirit. It was lack of a lot of things, So much so that I felt bad for United. But of course, I was enjoying the moment. How I read a stat from Fantasy, the Premier League, where it shows every minute Liverpool was up. I think it was only like a few times in the second half, where United actually did attempt something, but even that was not even close, So, but Liverpool's midfield, THIAGO bossed things around. It just beautiful to watch him, and the team play
different gravy.
Yeah,
awesome. I think there's no way to sum this boy up, man. I thought it was all about him yesterday. Luis Diaz was top class. Sadio Mane was brilliant. Salah was brilliant. I thought Hendo had a good game. I thought Fabinho had a good game. I thought Matip had a good game as well. And Robertson, I thought was brilliant. But this guy was head and shoulders above everyone, bro. It was a joy to watch. It was like, what's the best part? And someone summed it up well as well, Samson. Ram, you can chime in, but it was like, when you play PlayStation, FIFA, some of the stuff he was doing was, like you were on your console, on your controller,
That's right.
Some of the drop of the shoulder,
honestly,
the no-look passes.
Honestly, I felt like yesterday I was playing FIFA and her and Samson was tearing me apart. It felt that way.
But it was as if they didn't come come to Anfield prepared for their best players. They knew who they were, and they know the class of THIAGO. They gave him the room, they gave him the space. So I'm not sure what's going on. I wouldn't say that Ralph filtered a very young squad, an inexperienced squad. They were playing regular. They were almost the same team that won the week before, where they won 3-2. The only thing is the exception of Ronaldo, but still, but really, Liverpool really, whew, different level.
I mean, I thought that midfield performance was class, and THIAGO, man, it was filthy. I mean, I thought Peter Drury, the commentator, put it the right way. He said some of the things this guy does is illegal. It's illegal. It should be made illegal. Some of the stuff he does with the football.
So true.
Brilliant. But then, of course, we had a great start to the game. I thought brilliant bit of play. Salah with the cross in, assist for Salah, and Luis Diaz. I mean, tell us a bit about Luis Diaz, Samson, as well. How good is this guy, man? He's come in and he's like as if this guy's been here for ages, bro. You know what I like about Luis Diaz? He's got pace, he's got ability, he gets past people, but his work rate, bro. The moment he loses the ball, he's chasing, hunting it down, he's tracking back to help defend. He's just an ideal player for this squad, lah.
Yeah, it says a lot about how far Liverpool's recruitment is at the moment. When they eye a player, when they want someone, they go all out. But the moment they knew Spurs was going in for him, they pushed forward their plans and they got him in early. I said this before. I think Liverpool saved his career because I think if he would have gone to Spurs, I don't think he would have been able to perform the way he's performing now.
This guy, in my opinion, if he keeps going, he's Ballon d'Or material, dude. He's Ballon d'Or. If he plays under a manager like Klopp, he develops under a manager like Klopp. I mean, even when Mane came in, I don't think he was at this guy's level. This guy is already at a level. If he keeps developing, I mean, I don't know what his ceiling is, bro. He's Ballon d'Or material, I think, this guy.
Yeah. I mean, apart from his individual ability aside, I think look at how Liverpool is as a team now with him. Because of him coming into the team, it has forced Mane to play a false nine position, which I think he is performing so well now. You have three forwards who wing forwards who can run. One is playing a false nine. They can interchange. And it's awesome. I think it's just beautiful to watch Liverpool now and the depth of squad that they have at the moment. So it's really good.
Actually, after Diaz, I was going to ask you about Sadio Mane, right? I mean, he's moved into a number, like a false nine role. He did it against City to great effect. He's done it again. And, I never thought anyone could replace Bobby in a false nine. I thought, Bobby is just different gravy in a false nine. But this guy is doing a brilliant job, bro. You know what's the best part? I used to say that Mane playing a false nine, I wasn't very comfortable with it because his first touch was a bit loose and not like Bobby. But I think it's even getting better now. His first touch is getting better. I mean, the pass he plays for the Salah goal, that was Mane. That was Mane Alcantara.
That I have to applaud.
Exactly.
I have to applaud. That was an amazing pass. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. So
that was Mane Alcantara, bro. That's the kind of thing that's the kind of thing that Bobby used to do, if you remember. Samson, Bobby is very known for that kind of passes. Drops deep and plays a back heel or some pass and puts someone in. I thought that was brilliant. So I think now he can take that role, play that role, and Bobby can play like a makeshift. Jota can play that role now as well. And the best part, I think, the difference between Mane and Bobby playing the role, Mane gives you pace and physicality as well, which Bobby lacked pace, right? This guy gives you pace. So now I think the attack has become even better with Mane in that role. And then you always have the option of a Bobby or a Jota to come in and score goals as well. So, I mean, brilliant, lah. Absolutely brilliant, lah. I thought the goal he scored was brilliant as well, man. It was the first touch, left-footed finish, wasn't in the corner.
Very nice, very nice. I think Mane has improved. When I thought Mane was actually, there was a point in time where he was dipping in form, where he wasn't. He lacked. He was trying to score. He can't score. He's missing chances and he's not creating enough. Yeah, he's fast, but now he looks like he's going to a different level, and he's improving. The team is improving. They are gelling. How fast, Jota can come in and start. He's ready first 11 already.
He played an
After
assist, isn't it? Jota came on and gave an assist to Salah as well.
yeah, that's right. And Diaz, how well he is. Like we thought that no one could have replaced Bobby, but Jota came in, how well Jota played. And then when
Yeah.
Diaz came in, how well Diaz fitted into the team. So I have full confidence in our Liverpool team now. I think they are heading in the right direction. They are under very good management. So I think whatever that they're going to do, I think they're going to decide the right things for the club. So yeah.
Actually, I came to a point where Samson, I think Mane is a legend of the club, absolutely brilliant. But there was a point this season where I thought his performances were dropping. He wasn't really doing the job he used to do on the left-hand side when he played the left-hand side attack. And I even came to a point, I said, if they were going to sell someone this summer, I think we had the chat, remember, with Imran
That's
as
right.
well.
That's right.
We said, I said maybe Mane is the one we should sell because we keep Bobby. He can play the squad player role. He can teach people the false nine role. Mane's form is dropping. Do you think that change from left into the center now has transformed the guy? Ever since he's moved into that false nine, he's gone up another level. So has that now revitalized his career at Liverpool?
I think it's given him the motivation. Mane is someone who when he performs under, when he's motivated, he's scoring goals. He gets better and better. It's when he's coming off from an injury or he's a dip in team performance, he gets a bit demotivated. Or when you sub him or he doesn't play regularly and things like that. So now that he knows that he has a purpose in the team, ever since Diaz came in, filled in that left role, and he's playing the false nine, he's like he wants to prove himself. So there's Jota who can play that role, there's Bobby who can play that role, Mané can play that role. So he wants to prove himself, he wants to be amongst those three. So it's given all of them a sense of purpose, and it's sort of like a positive competition, healthy competition among the three, among all of them. So that's great.
I think the AFCON also helped him a lot. I think
so
boosted up
too.
his
I
confidence.
always look at Mane as a confidence player, as you said, Samson. I thought winning the AFCON, scoring the winning penalty, and then winning
That's
the
right.
World Cup qualifier, scoring the penalty, he's boosted his confidence. He's come back a
That's
different
right.
animal, the guy.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's been great watching all three of them, how they work well together. So it's been awesome.
Long may that continue. Now, final word before we get to United, Ram. We'll give you your time. But final word, Mo Salah.
Take your time. It's okay.
Mo
Take your
Salah.
time.
I was getting a little worried about Mo Salah's form. Not scoring goals. His play had dropped. I thought he came back to his best yesterday. How was he? How good was he yesterday? And do you think the Mo Salah is back now for the final stretch?
Yes, I would say so. I would say that he is trying. If you look at his game, you look at even I think the game before he did he tried to curl the ball from the right hand side, and it was typical of Salah. And at his best form, he would have made that goal. He gotten that goal, but he missed it just by an inch. And so he's there. He's coming there. I think he's getting there. For me, I think now all of them, they are starting to work well together, including Salah. He is not as selfish as he used to be.
I agree. Yeah, he's become
passing the
less
ball.
unselfish. I realize last
That's
few
right.
games he's become more unselfish, and it's actually helped him
Right.
because he scored 2 goals yesterday.
right.
And his play was more unselfish. I think that's how he's got to play.
If you realize, I think the last game, that pass he gave to Mane, that through ball, or was it Mane or I don't remember who scored that goal. He gave the through ball
Against Man City, the
pass
Man
to
City
Kane.
goal, right?
That's right, the Man City goal, right? Well, I think Mane, right? Mane scored that goal.
Yeah,
right?
Mane.
So it was, Mane. So it was beautiful. What a cut through pass. He just gave it, and then Mane read the pass, and he took it. First time. So it was awesome. So I think to see Salah evolving in that way as well is not only just scoring goals. So he's not our sole provider of goals. Goals can come in from anywhere now, and he's also assisting with that. So that's awesome.
Very interesting fact, Ram, and this tells you how deadly this Liverpool front three was yesterday. All the starting front three had a goal and an assist yesterday.
Assist. Yep.
Fantastic, man. Speaks volumes.
Yep.
They scored a goal each, and in Salah's case, 2 goals, and they all had an assist as well. Fantastic. All right, now let's get into the really, really tasty stuff, Ram. What's up with this team, la? What's up with this team, like? Tell us.
Well,
What's up? What's up with this team, like?
Harry. If I was live there, I would have smacked you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. First of all, it's not even tasty for crying out loud. Okay, so
Yeah.
there's no way. Okay, it's not. It's shit. All right, it's absolute shit, garbage. And it hurts me that I have to say in front of you guys. Because, it just pains me to say this, and it's true. And I think a lot of us United fans, we relied on so much of blind faith. Going into every game. Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna win. We are 1-0 down, 2-0 down. We're gonna win 3-2. Honestly speaking, this is too much of a blind faith. And I got to say this, okay? What is the major difference in yesterday's game, apart from the game itself, was if you look at the managers, for example, if you look at Klopp, you look at Rangnick. I thought in the first half, Liverpool dominated the game to perfection. Okay, it was a flawless dominance from Liverpool because United had zero shots on target. Everything was just 0-0-0-0-0. It was so disappointing to see. In the second half, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought Liverpool were a bit complacent because they knew they were 2-0 up. They knew they could just, take it easy a little bit. And that's when Sancho came on. And he was trying to do something with the ball, and we had some chances to try to do something, but it wasn't really that great. But this was the thing that really was the aha moment for me. Klopp knew he's 2-0 up. He saw Van Dijk make a mistake, all right, and immediately he was firing him. He was literally telling him to really, really concentrate on his game, put the focus on, and he was so on the ball because he knew not to take it for granted. And that was something that I saw that was like, that's what we need. That's the kind of manager we need. Now, even if you're 1-0 down, 2-0 down, you still got to play the game. You still got to show and give a good fight. If you lose the game 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, but end of the day, we are still attacking. We are still hitting the post. We are forcing the saves out of Alisson. Fine, it's okay. There's something I can talk about. There's something I can be proud of.
But Ram, let me jump in here, I mean, I if you remember when Rangnick came into United, I said that. Samson, I don't know if you remember, man, but everyone,
every time he says this, Samson, time he says this.
These United guys were jumping around to say, we got the teacher, like Klopp's teacher we brought in. He's the best and all that kind of shit. And I said, this guy is only a teacher. He's not a manager. All he is a teacher. So, and I knew he was going to fail, and he's failed. He's never managed a big club. He's never won anything. He's taught apparently some philosophy to Klopp and Tuchel. And to be honest, that's all he is. Like, he's a teacher. Like, he's a classroom teacher, bro. So
I think it's going to be more than just a thing. Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not going to lay the blame at him. This club is rotten to the core, bro.
Yeah, it is.
They got rid of Moyes. They got rid of Van Gaal. Van Gaal is a top manager. He's done brilliant at Barcelona. He's done great with the Netherlands team. They got rid of Mourinho. He couldn't do shit with them. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, gone. Who else? Have I missed out anyone else? Rangnick is as good as gone now as well, of course. Carrick, gone. I mean, this is a club that's rotten to the core. Their players from top to bottom are stopped. They're world-class players. I mentioned it in the Jom United chat the other day. They're world-class players, but they got overinflated egos. They don't have a culture at the club. They don't have any characters at the club. The club is so badly rotten. They don't have a structure, bro. You don't have
because that's why they got an interim. They got an interim manager. No one has the wheel. They got the interim, but no one is at the wheel. That's the problem.
The moment only had the wheel, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all chased him out. Y'all only had the wheel. Y'all chased him out. The thing is right now. You see, the thing is, I think United also don't know what they want. I think the players don't know what they want. The club also don't know what they want. To be honest with you, they wanted a defender. They got they got a 80 million.
So Samson, hold that thought. Let me ask you this question now. I want to know your opinion, and I want Harris to chip in as well. Okay, so I want both of you to give me your thoughts. Now, Samson, you are a Liverpool fan through and through, but I want you to put this aside. Okay, I want you to look at it from a neutral perspective. Now, what do you think United has to do when the new manager comes in? To become that club again. What do you think they have to do?
Wow. A lot. I think you technically, if it's a car, I would say overhaul the car. So I don't know what you guys need to do in terms of a club perspective, but a lot of things needs to change. There's no leader. First of all, in the dressing room, in on field, Maguire is not a good leader. You need a leader. Look at Roy Keane. Look at how Hendo is bossing people around. He literally shouts at them. Look, this is a club that's actually doing well, but they don't take subpar performances. They really scream at you, like what Hari was saying, how Klopp actually yells at them. But the players in United, their mentality, that needs to change as well. So a lot of things. So the thing is, you've changed managers, you've tried changing managers. So I'm sure when they come, they're trying their best to get the best out of these players, right? So, and it's not successful. So why is that the case? Is it because these players feel that they are they are privileged players, overpaid? They think that they can do what they want. They think that they don't have the spirit to fight for the club. All the ex-United players are blaming the players now. They're saying that these players are not fighting for the badge. They're not playing for the badge. So what does that tell you? So does it tell you that they lack that motivation or lack that man management in a manager? Or do you need to really chop and change players? You really need to
can I chip in and give you my opinion as well, Ram?
Go ahead, but before you do that, Hari, I want to say something first. Yesterday's game is one thing I want to mention, and we had this conversation, Hari, just before we came online, before we came live, and I said that in my opinion, I thought Pogba could have stayed on, but he just showed that he just wanted to get out. Like to me, it felt like it wasn't a serious injury that it felt like he had to go out. He just didn't want to play in the game. So that just showed me the mentality of such players. Yeah, Hari, back to you.
Okay, I'm just going to chip in on what you asked, Samson, as well, right? What is United got to do to be successful? I mean, Samson said the players are too powerful. They've got overinflated egos. They're too powerful. You know what United reminds me of? It reminds me of PSG, bro. Both clubs are rotten to the core. The difference is PSG is in a farmers' league, so they can win the title every year. But when it comes to the Champions League, they fall apart. Thomas Tuchel managed them. He got the sack. Couldn't do jack shit with those players because the players are too powerful there. The same with Unai Emery, who's doing great with Villarreal now. He won the Europa League. Tuchel's doing great with Chelsea. He won the Champions League, but they couldn't do it with PSG. Why? Because players are too powerful. The culture at the club is wrong. They've given too much power to the players. It's the same with now Pochettino, who's a class manager, bro, but he's made to look crap because this team don't give a shit. The culture of the club is wrong. So in my opinion, there's Fabrizio Romano just did a here we go, Eric Ten Hag. Eric Ten Hag is top class, by the way, but he's going to come in and he's going to fail. I'll tell you this now. He's going to fail unless his club changes from the top to bottom. So what they need to do, they need to do what Liverpool did some time ago, what Man City did. They need to build a structure, have a plan, bro. When you have a plan, then you bring in the top guys. You bring in a director of football. You bring in the infrastructure at the top. Those guys then help you bring in a manager to fit the culture and style that they want to implement.
That's what Rannick is going to be. He's going to be the sporting director of the club. So
he's not. He's going to be. He's a consultant, bro.
A consultant. Yeah, he's going to be a consultant. Yeah.
Because he's a part-time consultant, lah. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not
freelance.
And you know what's a good example? Once Liverpool's ownership and they created a style, they wanted something. If you remember Kenny Dalglish, bro, they were so ruthless. They got rid of Dalglish because they had an idea, a philosophy. They brought Brendan Rodgers in to implement it, work together with the team. But then it was not perfect as yet. So they still had things to improve on the recruitment side. They fine-tuned that. They brought in Klopp and Michael Edwards. They made sure the relationship could work. The recruitment team now recruits players specific to the way Klopp plays and the way they want the club to play. The academy of Liverpool, from under 18s, under 15s to under 23s, all play the same system that Klopp plays with the first team. All play the same way that Klopp plays with the first team. So when he brings people in from the younger groups, they already know they've been playing that way. Not only that, they built a new training center. The new training center houses the academy and the first team together. So they interchange. The young guys come and play with the old guys, things like that. So the whole philosophy of the club is in one direction, bro. From recruitment to playing style to management, everything. That's what they got to do. And for that to happen, there's no point just bringing in Eric Ten Hag.
if they have a philosophy, if they create something like this, then you bring in Ten Hag, it's going to work. But you bring in Ten Hag now, bro, it's like Pochettino, it's like Tuchel at PSG. It's going to fail.
Just want to add,
Okay.
I think, just going back to what Hari's pointed out actually. So if you look at United, they have depended on manager for all this time because they're going back to the same way how they used to do with Alex Ferguson. Alex Ferguson for 20 over years, they've depended on him solely on everything, But you can't do the same thing now because football has changed. Look at the Premier League now. Brighton, how they outclass Spurs, they dominated Spurs. You can't bring the same approach to football anymore. You have to change.
Yeah.
Like I say, you have to change from top to bottom. There's a lot of changes you need to make. So they've depended so much. That was the mistake. They depended so much on Ferguson. There was no succession plan. So that when Sir Alex Ferguson left, everything just crumbled. Whoever, even he went up there and he handpicked, who was it?
Moyes.
Moyes. He picked David Moyes, handpicked David Moyes. Even that failed after 6 months.
But honestly, I thought Moyes would have done well. Correct to what Harry was saying, what you guys are saying. He would have succeeded. But
would you have given him the time? That's the thing. It all needs time.
And would your recruitment team have recruited the players he wanted for his system? Again, I question that. I mean, United's philosophy now, it seems that they're so desperate, bro, for success.
Yeah.
They want to win now. What they do is they go out and get a 37-year-old Ronaldo, bring back the nostalgia. Go and get a 30-year-old Varane. Go and bring, all
Cavani.
These top players. Go and bring Donny van de Beek when the manager doesn't want him. Manager doesn't play the guy. Doesn't want to bring Donny van de Beek in. There's no plan. It just let's do anything we can to try and get success now. Cannot, bro. What you guys have to prepare for, United fans and the club, is we're going to start from scratch. This is what we're going to do. Maybe if we don't make the Champions League next year, it doesn't matter. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to stick to our plan, which is what Liverpool did. Don't make Champions League of mine, but we stick to the plan.
Yep.
And by sticking to the plan, after 2 or 3 years, you start seeing the results, bro. And then you build a strong foundation. And then your club is just accelerating upwards. Unless you guys are prepared to take short-term pain for long-term gain, you guys are screwed, lah.
I mean, I agree with you 100%, Harry. I agree with you. It's all about having the right philosophy, having the right direction, having a right structure. I totally agree. And as you can see now, even until today, the fans are just so upset about having the wrong owners, in Glazers. But in my opinion, I think that's a problem that I don't want to address anymore. The Glazer problem is no longer my concern anymore because they're just going to be there, But what I think needs to be done is, they need to have better recruitment structures. They need to have right people in place. If they have to think about not just bringing in the bigger names, they have to look at what are the attributes of these people that can give the value back to the club, and what is their passion like? Do they have the right passion for the club? Now, what I've seen so far is people are just being brought in, they're getting paid. Okay, all good, all happy, but the club is going nowhere. So even yesterday's game, if I could just add a little bit, if you look at the formation that United started with, 3-4-3, with of course eventually went to 2 wing backs with Wan-Bissaka and Dalot. But you just look at the how they started the game. Phil Jones never played for like so long, and he's expected to come on against Liverpool and try to keep up with the pace. That to me is absolute rubbish. Okay, you bring in Wan-Bissaka who can't even attack for nuts. Okay, and is supposed to do something up front. So
who else they got, bro? Who else they can bring on?
But you know what, not Ram. Again, this I disagree with. I'll tell you why, bro. I mean, Wan-Bissaka, okay, he maybe sucks going forward, but Joe Gomez, he plays for Liverpool sometimes at right back. He's not great going forward, bro, but he does a job.
I don't see Wan-Bissaka doing a job.
You know what's the problem?
Listen.
You guys don't have characters, bro. You don't have
characters.
Your players are not tough. They're not tough. They're not men. They're not characters, bro.
In the midfield yesterday, we kept losing the ball for no apparent reason. It's like
I give you another example, Ram. I give you another example.
physicality.
Samson, you tell me, man. when we had to bring Nat Phillips into the team, never played for us, for example, or when we had to bring Klavan into the team before, we never used to flinch, bro, because we knew we had Klopp. We trust Klopp. We knew these guys have been trained well enough. When they come in, they'll do a job. They are characters. They are strong characters because they've been brought up that way. You guys don't have that, dude. No matter who
I'm
you,
not saying, I
if
agree.
even if you put Rafa Varane in there, he fails. You bring Rafa Varane, a Champions League winner, to United, he fails. You bring Jadon Sancho, one of the top talents on Dortmund,
I actually
he fails.
forgot he plays for United. Actually.
Donny van de Beek was one of the top players in the world where Real Madrid wanted him. He fails, bro. Every top player that comes to United fails, dude. That's a problem with the culture and the club. It's not the player anymore, bro. There's something rotten about that dressing room and that club, Everyone that comes, can you imagine any talent that comes to that club? I've never seen in the last 5 years any player come to the club that's improved,
Yeah.
They've gone backwards, dude.
Also,
Rashford, one of the top
Yeah, he's
talents in the
gone.
world. Look at him now.
He's gone.
He can't
His career is
control a
gone.
ball.
Yeah. No, I think the players are all deflated. I think Bruno Fernandes. If you watch his interview, I think it tells you a lot about their state of mind. They are just looking forward for the next season. So that tells you that they are not even giving. They're so deflated. They're just playing for the sake of playing. They want to finish off their 38 games, and they want to just start afresh. Right? So they're not focused on giving their best for the remaining matches. They are just playing for the sake of playing. So if you watch his interview, you can already read.
Yeah, I saw it.
That's everyone's mentality at the moment. All the players, they're just playing the match. They're there. They're called up. They're paid to go and play. They're just playing. For them, it's like next season we're going to try it again. But I tell you something, Ram. If they go in like this, next season is going to be the exact same thing.
It's going to be exact, or it's going to be even worse.
Let me ask you a question, Ram.
I know. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Ram. I just heard that Bruno Fernandes signed a contract extension with United. Do you know how much his wages are by any chance? What was the contract? What was it? I think 350K or something, is it?
It's about 280, if I'm not mistaken. 280,000 a week.
Close to 300,000 pounds or something like that, bro.
Yeah.
You know, Salah to get a contract extension above 300K is how difficult it is. You guys are rewarding mediocrity,
Yeah.
Players underperform and you make them the highest paid players in the club, number one, and then you keep rewarding them. There's no rush in signing and renewing Bruno's contract now, bro, but they're rushing everything. They're paying the worst. And then what happens is you create a culture in the club then where people are paid out
Money.
of, ridiculous amounts of money, and there's no wage structure in the club. Everyone is, getting paid different kinds of money, sums of money, for example. There's no structure in the wages.
I agree with you, Hari. I mean, this is something that it really whenever because it's a fact, it's true. So whatever you guys are saying makes a lot of sense. But for us to receive this this type of the feeling is not so great. It really hurts, especially when you see the club has gone through so much success before and now it's just going down the slump. It really hurts. But I'm trying to put a very 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 logical front. Right now, I'm trying to think logically. I'm not trying to put emotions into it. I'm trying to throw away all the emotions, go out the window. I'm not bothered. What I can tell you is, Hari and Samson, and to all football fans, to all United fans, to all to all anti-United fans as well. I think what I hope for is when Erik ten Hag comes into United, right? I just think that I rather he revamps the whole squad. It doesn't bother me that if Ronaldo is not part of his plans. I don't care. Okay? Really, I don't. Maguire, definitely not going to be part of his plans. I'd be happy if it's gone. Excellent. Fantastic. So if he revamps the whole squad, the only player, in that first 11 that I feel, has his heart on his sleeves until today is David De Gea.
David De Gea is the only player that's performing
Yeah, he's the only player, and I'll give chance to Jadon Sancho. Of course, he just came on first season. I'll give chance to Anthony Elanga because he has shown some promise that he can actually do something with the ball. But the rest of them, whether it's Bruno, whether it's Pogba, whoever you are, if you don't have the goods to play every game and giving your 100%, out you go. And I hope that is how he's gonna come in and do that to the squad, because I don't care if we lose games, but if we can do that at the start. That could be a new a new start. new
But
beginning.
you know what? Not Samson. Watching the United demise now and the players. I mean, if you're a footballer and you're watching, you're up and coming, you're watching United. Every player that goes there becomes worse. Their career is going to the dumps. And they're different managers as well. How it's going to be very difficult if you don't qualify for the Champions League to sign players, bro. I mean, if
Yeah,
I'm a footballer, I'm
absolutely.
not joining United now because I see all the top players joining them and their careers are going downhill. And
Okay,
under multiple
let
top
me
class managers, you're going to
let me
struggle to
say
get
this.
good quality players.
Yeah, yeah.
True.
But you know what? Let me say this. It's going to be a blessing in disguise. It is going to be a blessing in disguise, in my opinion. Now, why do I say this? I have my point. Because I feel Champions League has always been a point of attraction for every player to want to play for a club. It's a point. Oh, you're playing Champions League football. Yes, I will join you. I'll get bonuses, whatever bullshit. It's all about the money. But now we know we're not going to qualify for Champions League, and I don't even think we're going to go to Europa League. So probably Conference League. To be honest, okay, I'm just being realistic over here. If we do something special in the remaining 6 games, well and good. But I don't think so. But however, if what I want to see is United play as a team, not
Yeah.
about individual talent, shining, and then one day you're playing fantastic, the next game you're dropping points again. So what I want to see happening is to get those players that are not ridiculously, famous or not ridiculously priced, that they are from the bottom clubs that have talent, and I hope that they can see them, pull them over, bring them over, and then see how they play as a team. Because I feel these kind of players, when they're given a chance, they will probably play much better than the current stars that we're bringing into the team. That's basically my take on it, and I think it's a blessing in disguise if we don't go into Champions League or Europe. I think
But
it's
with
slow
the
start.
with the current radar, if you ask me, I
Yeah,
think you guys are very lucky in the sense that all the clubs that are actually competing for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, they are all not consistent. From Spurs to Arsenal, Arsenal has chance to actually close the gap. They have
yeah.
suddenly started dropping points. Spurs also not consistent. West Ham also suddenly been drawing and losing. So I think you guys can capitalize on that. You have a chance to do it.
But we're not going
Uh,
to, Samson. We are not going to capitalize. I can tell you, we're not going to
Hopefully,
capitalize.
let's
If
see.
you look at,
Let's see.
if you look at a game against Norwich, okay, Norwich City, you're 2-0 up, okay, and then
Yeah,
yet we
yeah.
depend on Ronaldo. Ronaldo scored 3 goals. He scored a
Pookie.
hat trick. Yeah, but you just look at the Norwich players, Samson and Harry. You just look at how they played the game. I mean,
Yeah.
between if you put on paper, oh, United's team looks so heavy, looks so good. If you look at Norwich's team, they were like, okay. But if you put them on the field, honestly speaking, can anyone tell me, whether Norwich deserved to win that game? I'll say yes. They definitely deserve to win that game if they were given
Draw
a
lah,
chance to
draw.
win that game. A draw, yes, possible. But to come back from 2-0 down against United at Old Trafford, that
Yeah.
just tells you something. That just tells you can have all the stars in the world, but players like this, like Pookie or whoever it is, they come and show what they can do. This tells you that no one fears United anymore. No one fears Old Trafford. You can come here and you can play a football game. You might just win a game. So,
But
yeah.
that's the thing I'm saying. Like even like you all depend on Ronaldo so much. Now when he leaves, what's going to happen, right? So he's
Yeah.
like your top goal scorer now. If he's not there, you guys are not scoring goals, and so I think a lot of questions. I think Ragnik said it as well. There's a lot of questions that needs to be asked. So now that he's there in the club, so I think before he joined, he thought it was going to be not easy, but he thought that it is,
He
probably
didn't. He
easier.
didn't think the dressing room was a mess as it is now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
He
you
probably
can
didn't
see,
expect that.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Didn't
can see it in his
expect that,
face, lah.
But I now
Yeah.
feel for Ole, and I think I've been saying this as well. It's not just the manager. So I think,
But
yeah.
but but
So I think
but Samson, let's stop with the sympathy now. Let's let our true self come out. Lah. At the end of the day, Ram, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually glad to see the demise of United. It brings me happiness. I get a lot of joy from it. I get a lot of joy from Liverpool smacking United in multiple games. So I'm not gonna lie,
raping
lah.
them.
It's good days. It's good days, bro. And the song coming out of the Anfield yesterday is THIAGO. THIAGO Alcantara. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel Harry he wants to be in a karaoke, so if any of you guys out there, you want to go for karaoke, please take Harry along,
Yeah.
and watch him sing. This guy can sing.
But on that note, guys, I mean, it's been a good review of the game. Obviously, I mean, we've spoken about
Definitely.
Liverpool, spoken about United, but let's get quick predictions from you guys for upcoming games. United, I think, are playing Arsenal. Ram, is it this weekend?
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to be playing Arsenal, and then today is Chelsea
Is it?
versus Arsenal. So
Oh, sorry, Chelsea, Arsenal first.
And then United is playing.
United, Arsenal the 2 days later.
Is United Arsenal at Anfield or is it at Emirates? I mean, not Anfield. Is it Old
I
Trafford?
know
Or Emirates?
it's going to be Emirates.
Emirates.
Okay, Ram, quick prediction from you, man. Will United win that game or not?
Okay. I'm going to be. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to be devil's advocate over here. Okay, so I'm just going to say this, okay, that today's game between Chelsea and Arsenal is going to decide whether United will beat Arsenal or not. In my opinion, if Arsenal wins against Chelsea, United can possibly win. Okay?
Yeah.
If Chelsea wins, because then it would mean Arsenal would have gone 4 straight defeats in a row. Then Arsenal would beat United. But I'm hoping that
they'll come back. Yep.
Yeah. So I think in a pattern of what I see happening, I think Arsenal has a better chance because they do have a better gameplay than United. And I think now we are definitely deflated after the loss against Liverpool. So I don't know how we're going to come back from that. It's going to be interesting, but I will take a draw any day in that game. I will take a draw any day.
What about you, Samson?
You mean the Arsenal and United game?
Yep, Arsenal United game.
I think it's going to be a draw. Arsenal has not been very consistent as well. Personally, I think it's going to be a draw, 2-2. That's my prediction.
I mean, I agree. Arsenal have had 3 defeats in a row, but you know what? I think Arsenal win. After watching United yesterday, at least when I watch Arsenal, there's a game structure, there's a way they want to play, they press together. And I think if the same United turns up, I think Arsenal roll you guys over. I think they win at least by 1 or 2 goals against United. On the flip side, Liverpool also has a big derby coming up, a Merseyside derby this weekend.
Yes,
Samson,
right.
so I'm going to come to you first. Everton at Anfield. What's the scoreline, bro?
I'm going to still throw this out, So the now going into this next game, Liverpool and Everton have something in common. They both just beat United. So Everton beat them 1-0, United Liverpool 4-0. So both Merseyside clubs just beat United. So I guess they're coming into it strong. Everton's got a tough game against Leicester. I'm going for a Liverpool win. Liverpool needs to win the next matches there because they've got to keep the pressure on City. So Liverpool to win 2-0.
I actually agree as well. I think this is going to be actually a tougher game than the United game.
Oh yeah,
funny for me to say that. I mean, I would have thought, but I think Everton will give us a tougher game. They're fighting to stay up, and I think they will play with a bit more grit. They will get challenges in, etc. But I think we will still win the game by 3-1 or something like that.
I think I'm gonna be the dark horse here. I think Everton is gonna nick that win. I think it's gonna be a narrow 1-0, 2-1. It's gonna be awesome.
Let's see. I mean, Liverpool have to keep winning, like you said, Samson. We've got no choice but to win all our games and pray that maybe Brighton tonight. They went to Spurs, beat Spurs. Maybe tonight, for all you know, they defend for their lives and then they hit Man City on the break, get a 1-0 win. They don't have to get a win.
And
they
then
can draw the game.
Scores a goal.
But you know what's the best part, Samson? Let me correct. They don't have to win. They only need to draw the game.
True.
Just draw the freaking game somehow. And then, Liverpool will keep the top position.
If not, I was just looking at all their fixtures. If not, you know who City plays their last game, who they're playing against?
Aston Villa at home. Philip Coutinho and Steven Gerrard.
There you go. So, so if everything
They
else...
keep forgetting someone, Samson. They talk about Steven Gerrard. They talk about Philip Coutinho. But they forget that Danny Ings also plays for Aston Villa now.
That's right.
Yeah,
So let's see. If he's fit, he's always injury prone, but let's see.
He's a goal scorer when he's fit, so you never know. But anyway, we just have to focus on ourselves, keep winning our games, and then see where that takes us. Yeah.
We are going to play Villarreal, so it's not going to be easy as well in the Champions League.
Very tough game,
final in the FA Cup with Chelsea, tough one as well. So that's another thing that Ralph was saying, how is it that Liverpool are playing in 4 different competitions and all their players are so fit, and their players are just dropping, injuries and stuff like that. So it's a lot of things that needs to be asked.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the Villarreal game, that's going to be a really tough game. Actually, I think Unai Emery has set them up well. So it's going to be a difficult team to break down. But let's hope for the
But you
very,
must
very best.
but I think I have to say this, like, comparing to the Premier League, of course, when you're playing in the Premier League at the highest level, and Liverpool are currently in the point where they're having the highest amount of confidence. Their defense is rock solid. I think when you have that type of ability in the Premier League and you're taking it into the Champions League, especially after countless victories, winning the semi-finals against Man City and of course beating United 4-0. I think it's going to be a different Liverpool, in the Champions League. I think it's going to be like more of a less nervy kind of a thing. So I think, yeah, definitely Liverpool will ease that game. I think.
Actually, I think our strength is our forward line. La. We've got too many options, and we've got hard hitters, man. We've probably got the best 5 in the world. When you can bring Bobby Firmino and Jota off the bench, you've got Diaz, Mane, Salah. I mean, that's where I think we kill teams. La. I think they look at that forward line and the options off the bench, and they freak out a bit. La.
We've got leaders. We've got leaders every part of the pitch, from defense, midfield to strikers. And every one of them, we got reliable players everywhere. So that's I think Liverpool. When we go into that, they go into it with confidence. So I think that's a major thing that's going to help us this season. So yeah, let's see. Fingers crossed for a quadruple title.
First, let's just focus. First things first. Let's focus on Everton, guys. But I mean, this has been the Plot Malaysia. Absolutely brilliant. Thanks for joining us, Samson. Over to you, Ram.
Right. Thank you once again, Samson, for joining us. Ever so great. Of course, today I'm not really happy. Of course, it's not a happy moment for me.
The last 2 years since we started the channel, you haven't been happy, Ram. So don't worry.
Yeah. I don't get me wrong. I'm happy with the channel. Okay.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm just always been on the wrong side of things when it comes to United v Liverpool. Well, still next season to come. Looking forward to that. And of course, the remaining 6 games left. Let's see what happens. Good luck to Liverpool. Oh my God, Harry, I'm gonna kill you, man. This is not what I wanted to see at the end of the show. Come on. Okay. So, guys, give us a like, give us a comment. You're gonna see us more frequently now, of course. All the best to you guys. Of course, to all United fans, don't be sad. There is still hope. Let's see what we can do. But in the meantime, signing off from the Plot Malaysia. This is the show for the fans.
Bye,
the
fans.
Good stuff, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, guys.
Yes.
Bye-bye.